Make a U-turn. In 1,000 feet, slide left, take the next left, sharp left, turn right on, continue on, in a quarter mile, at the light, in 600 feet, turn right on. You have reached your destination.
Alright, well, back from work travel, and I'm gonna make today my day for this thing. I've already put the fans on, okay, and they're just really easy. I mean, maybe I should stop and show you. I'll pause. Okay, anyway, so these, the kit came with this washer, the nut, and I provided my own lock washer. But the entire thing, as you can see, that's it. Look at this. So I have no idea how brittle this plastic is going to get after it gets, heated or hot, especially with all that under hood temperature. So I just thought I'll have to watch it. If I can thread this damn thing on, come on now. Shit, pause. Okay, anyhow. What didn't come with this thing is a relay or any kind of a thermistor. I certainly didn't see any kind of a sending unit within this entire thing. So I'm going to look for, if I don't hear back from the vendor, listed out of the City of Industry or some such like that in California. But really it's Chinese. I'll look for some sort of a relay kit. Relays are easy. I mean, I can Zorch one up in about 2 minutes. But what I don't have is a temperature sender or a temperature kind of a deal that says these things turn on after a certain, whatever. So there have got to be any number of external stick them on kind of a deals. So I'll look for those. I'll put it somewhere on either, the inlet, or I don't know. I'll figure something out if I can't get back from the vendor. But this is a pretty nice little setup. What I ordered is not what I got. I got a better deal, I think. I ordered just the radiator, and it didn't come with the back shroud or the fans. At least it didn't say that it did. Maybe I ought to test these. That's what I should do. Okay, so I thought I would, and I think wisely, attempt to test the fans before I put anything in. I'm going to do some trimming on the inner cowl. I'll show that to you in a sec. But I've got the two grounds spliced together, and it's strong about 7.2 amps, 7.3 amps. So if I put an 8 amp or 10 amp fuse in the circuit, I'll be good to go. Let me show you what I've got to do, however. I've already trimmed this a little bit to put the other thing in. It's a little bit thicker. So I'm going to take off my oil cooler and move it back by about 2 inches. So I've already got the lines off and things ready to go. But I have an issue which I can overcome. I've got an anti-sway bar in the way. So, assuming I'm going to use this as the balancing point, I can put oil cooler down in this area here. I've already measured. I think I've measured adequately, and I can do it. And then, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be tough. It's just a pain in the ass, but I hate to have to redo stuff. And given that I put nylock nuts on these bastards, it's already painful to have to put it all back. So, in that it's difficult to take the damn things off because I've already stripped out one of the damn nuts. So, here, I'll just cut it off with a Dremel. And that's why I've got the darn things covered, because I don't want metal shavings in there. So I'll take this back by about 2 inches, 2.5 inches, so that I can clear the front pulley. As you can see, I've already got the front fan off, and yeah. Hate to do it, but I like what it's going to do for me, so yeah. Okay, I've got the oil cooler relocated about 2 inches or so back, 3 inches. I used the piece I cut out from there as a big washer underneath. Let's see how it looks now. It's slightly obscured by that, but it was before. I'm not awfully worried about that, especially given some of the plans I have for ducting and other stuff when I put in air conditioning at some point. But, and this isn't tied down, you can see it's, you have to do that. See that? And you see that. Broke it. So I've got to order a new stainless steel kit from Moss because one does not fit on the other, and I'm not horribly impressed with myself. I'm actually rather depressed with myself. Oh well. So I mentioned ducting. Oh, at some point I'm going to have an air conditioning condenser right here, pointing downwards. I've already got plans for fans and everything else. It'll look pretty cool. It'll be angled somewhat from about here, from about here down at an angle such that it's commensurate with the, what do you call it, front air dam. That's touching. So what I've got to do tomorrow, I'm going to hit the hardware store and pick up bushings, but I'm not going to pick up bushings. I'm going to pick up a length of copper pipe or something. Oh, my back. Not the damn things. This. About that length, but a little bit longer, maybe. That's a steel bushing, I think. So maybe I'll pick up 6 more at nice long lengths. Longer lengths, and just trim them back. That's one option. I want to use those things. Just dumped it. So let me pull this out gently. Put it down over here. Zip tied the wires away. I may need to trim that away so I've got room for my my hoses. In fact, I may just do that tomorrow. See some of my my efforts tonight. I just don't want this to be the way that it is. You can see I've already crushed some of the tines there, so maybe it's good that I ruined the goddamn fucking thing. Oh, it just kills me. Oh well. Ugh. Oh well. Let's order another one from Moss. I guess they're like $14, I think, for the stainless steel. $44 for the kit. Anyway. Ugh. I might as well make an update while these spacers I've just made dry. I've got these painted, as you can see, and I made them out of this nice long bar stock. And it's not bar, it's it's a pipe, and it's galvanized on the outside, but I want to make sure that I've got maybe it's not galvanized. I see a little bit of surface rust. Anyhow, this stuff is 3/4 by 3/4 by 4 feet long, and I've got a bunch of it left. I've got 5 of these, and you can see how it will sit. This puppy is just sitting there for the heck of it with no spacers, and it's down about a little bit. And I've already tested the hood to make sure I've got clearance, and I do. There we go. I trimmed off. Get under here. as you can kind of see here, see where the hole is for the radiator there. There is normally another piece on the other side. As you can see, it's there. I cut it off because I've got, I think, legitimate worries about how the stainless braided hoses are going through, and I don't want them being crushed or rubbed or anything else. And once I do the final everything, I'll tie these down with straps or whatnot. So thus I've only got 5 spacers, and this thing being as light as it is, I'm not worried about that. So I'm gonna wait, I don't know how long. I guess I could speed it up with a heat gun, but I'll wait a little bit for those things to get done, at least enough where I can touch them without messing up too much of the finish. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'll be painting that for my friend's son. So I guess I could spend some time looking at that thing, making sure it's ready to get painted. I've got that to think about. I guess maybe I'll just stick it up inside my attic and hang on to it for, I don't know. And then, what else have I done? I've done a lot of little things on this thing. I don't know, I guess it doesn't matter now. I can't remember, but yeah, well, more to come. Done. I have test fitted the hood. I need some adjustments. There's not a whole lot of adjustment to do, so I already know what I'm going to do. God damn it. And I'm off by just a skosh, so it's not going to be tough, but god damn it. Here it is. And I've got juice in it. That, of course, is Mountain Dew. There's my cat. Unlike the other one, I see no immediate signs of leakage, so that's good. I'm happy about that. Let's see. So, let me... Right there. I've got a good 1/2 inch or more of clearance on each of these fans on the pulley cap, or whatever it's called. I have no issues with anything else. I've got a drip pan under, just in case. I wiped it down so I can see if it's leaking or not. I've yet to order that damn thing, but I've got it capped off. Oh my goodness. And so I'm not too displeased. So I have a couple of options. I've got a lot of clearance under this thing, so if I need to lower it, I could. And that would be a matter of elongating the holes. I would go in the radiator because it's aluminum and it's not painted, and it would be much easier. I sure as hell wouldn't want to take off the hoses, but I could do that. One by one is what I'm saying. I'm using fender washers to hold it all together. And other option is to trim the hood. It's just a titch of a little bit that's holding things up. That might be easier in the long term, but I don't know if I want to do that. That's the option I don't want to necessarily take. And by the way, the interference is right here. You might see, let me see if I can find it. A little bit of a scratch. I thought yeah, right there. Right there in the center of the screen. That's where it impacted just a bit. And again, easy to fix. Was it there? I don't know. Easy to fix. And tolerance will be awful close, but it's okay. So the inevitable question, what's next? I don't know. Gotta figure it out. Gotta think of something, I guess. My interior's here, so I might as well start working on that. Yeah, that's what I could do. Got the seat frames up there. I could start stripping those suckers and getting them ready for change, renovation. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, so this will probably be my last redo of the cooling video. It's the next night, and as you can see, there's nothing that leaked out. I also have a puke tank, a puke bottle. Got that off of Amazon, I think, or Summit Racing, one of the two. And I fastened it to the floor of the cowling there, and there. So the Mountain Dew is where the Mountain Dew needs to be. It hasn't leaked, so I'm gonna log this up, close it up, and call it a victory. Pretty excited.